Hello and welcome. You all know about various genres: thriller, satire, romance, mystery, sci fi, fantasy, and horror are some of the most popular genres of our time. But in this video, we are going to look at some unheard literary genres, or we could say less heard literary genres. Let's go. Most of you might have seen the famous TV series Game of Thrones. What genre is it? Fantasy, myth, or a mixture of it. It falls into a genre called Mythopoeia. The word Mythopoeia is derived from a Greek word mythopoeia, meaning myth making. Let's look at the characteristics of Mythopoeia. Firstly, it might be set in an invented world. Unlike fantasy, people living in such a world are used to the supernatural or non human characteristics of that world. Narnia, Westeros, and Middle Earth are examples of such worlds. Secondly, Mythopoeia can be written entirely by an individual author, while myths usually have multiple authors. A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin, The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, Dark Tower by Stephen King, and The Gods of Pegana by Lord Dunsany are some of the famous books belonging to this genre. Now, let's look into another genre. Most of us might have heard the term cyberpunk. It is a sci fi subgenre characterized by countercultural anti heroes trapped in a dehumanized high tech future. Similarly, steampunk is a subgenre of sci fi that incorporates retrofuturistic technology inspired by the steam powered machinery of the 19th century. BitPunk is a new genre that is a mixture of cyberpunk and steampunk. This genre is based on retro classic video games of the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. This genre has its origin in the movie Spork by J.B. Kerman, The Impossible Fortress by Jason Dracula, Armada by Ernest Cline, 8-Bit Christmas by Kevin Jakubowski, and United States of Japan by Peter Terrias are the most significant books of BitPunk. We all know about sci-fi, but now let's learn what is Cli-Fi. Cli-Fis are short for climate fiction that stress on the effects of climate change. It has its origin in the 2010s. It is featured by an accelerated pace, anxious and fearful mood, and dramatic transformation of the setting. Margaret Atwood's novels such as Oryx and Crake, Mad Adam, The Year of Flood, and Daniel Quinn's Ishmael are some prominent books in this genre. Do you dream? If you have seen the movie Inception, you know that dream is a central theme of it. When it comes to fiction, there is a genre called LucidFiction, which is based on dreams. It usually describes surrealistic images of the unconscious and asks readers to solve a puzzle determining what is real and what is not. Clay works Breathing Color and Dream Runner, as well as David J. Nyman's Jake Lucid Dreamer, falls into this category called lucid fiction. Finally, we have come to a genre known for its weirdness: Bizarro fiction. It is the print media equivalent of cult film. It is sometimes avant-garde, sometimes surreal, sometimes pornographic, sometimes bloody, and sometimes goofy. Jeff Berg's Shatnerquake, Jeremy Robert Johnson's Angel Dust Apocalypse, James Steele's Felix and Sacred Thor, and Carlton Melick's The Cannibals of Candyland are significant works belonging to Bizarro fiction. Now let's revise. We have learned 5 genres in this video. They are Mythopoeia, BitPunk, Cli-Fi, Lucid Fiction, and Bizarro. Thank you for watching.